It's 8 a.m. from Fox 35. This is Good Day.
Welcome back. It is a very serious problem here in Central Florida. Homelessness because of the economy, and more families are forced out onto the streets, many of them living in cars or sleeping on a friend's couch. A noted filmmaker has decided to bring this issue forward with a new documentary. It's called Take Me Home, and that filmmaker, Famor Morales, is joining us this morning along with 16-year-old Ariel Metzger. You'll remember she is a friend of Fox 35. She was featured in that 60 Minutes program several months ago. Formerly homeless when she and her brother and her dad were living in a truck. Thank you both for being here with us this morning. So great to see you again, Ariel, and thank you for being here, Fabian.
Thank you for having us.
Talk to me first about the inspiration for this film. Where did it come from for you?
You know, it came from being out on the streets with them, walking per se downtown Lake Eola. I realized that the problem and the numbers kept growing and growing and growing, and I felt like I needed to do something. You know, in this case, I'm utilizing my art to tell stories, and that's really where the inspiration came.
So how did you go about finding the people for the film? How did you go about choosing the people that you would feature?
Right. Well, as I walked the streets, I really was looking for stories that we really didn't know about. You know, we're so used to seeing or thinking that homelessness has to do with being drunk or being a drug addict or having psychological problems. And I think we know that that problem exists, but I really wanted to talk about the invisible people that we just never hear about. And as I walked the streets, I literally just came across stories that were phenomenal to me. You know, as filmmakers, you're always looking for those great stories. And sometimes you create them and they're fictional, but these are real stories. So I kind of just got inspired by whoever I would find on the streets, and I just followed them for about 1.5 years. And that's how I came across.
Right. Talk to me about Ariel's story, because obviously Ariel's story is one that people here in Central Florida are very familiar with. She's a friend of ours. We've had her on the show several times now. What was it about Ariel's story that touched you?
You know what? Her story is phenomenal, and I think that as the nation knew about it, I wanted to bring someone on the film that people could see and be inspired. And I think being so young, people were, you know, would be able to connect with her, and that's really what I was looking for. I'm really trying to create an awareness so that people will move into action. You know, we have the numbers, we have the statistics, we know we have this problem. Now, what are we doing about it? And so this film talks about that. You know, we talk about how Central Florida was known for the nation. Now, you know, we came out and said, you know, we have homeless children, and the nation was like, are you kidding me? Is this really happening? Well, the film now talks about what the organizations are doing about it. So it's not all bad. It's still a bad, you know, it's a bad situation, but I think the film is very inspiring.
It's the awareness that makes it better. Ariel, tell me a little bit about how your life has really changed over the last 6 months or so.
Well, we've gotten a lot of recognition, and people, again, like before, they've donated to us, and every little bit counts. But like I said before I left, last time I was on the show was I went to California. I was on my vacation, and one of the main things that I was doing was I was trying to help Fabian with his documentary and look for more homelessness. Well, in California, there's a lot of homeless people there, and there's, I think, could be more help there as well.
Do you feel like the problem is starting to get the attention that it deserves, that this is helping, that all this attention will hopefully move forward the process of getting people like yourself and other families help?
I believe so, yes and no, mainly because there are organizations that are starting up, and like more food banks are starting up, but and more help agencies, but I don't think that it's enough.
People want to learn more about the film, Fabian, how they can go about watching it, or maybe they would like to help you, because it's in post-production. It's going to be out in a couple of weeks. How can they learn more about it?
You know what? They can actually find us on Facebook. So you can find us on Facebook by typing Take Me Home Documentary, and all of our information is there, our trailers, our music videos. But in reality, what I really want to tell people is that there's so many people all around the nation now looking at our film and saying, you know what? We're really creating some sort of a revolution around this issue. And I think it's awesome, because the youth are now coming out saying, you know what, we see the problem, we acknowledge it, and it is with them that we're going to be able to somehow create change. And so I think that's in reality why I'm very happy about it, because people, you know, organizations that are youth based are now utilizing our music video to say, like, you know what, here's a problem, let's all get together and let's see how we can help. And if not, if we can't help, let's be aware of what's happening. And I think ultimately that's the goal.
All right, well, awareness is huge, and we really appreciate what you were doing. Thank you so much. And Ariel, always good to see you. Sophomore at Seminole High School now, looking good. All right, Fabian and Ariel, thanks for being with us. All right, let's find out how things are looking weather-wise on this Wednesday. And Jamie